No, I get a little conflicted about it. I do think it is such a friendly territory for VP.
We're still slotting in electronic, right? Like, it wouldn't be a perfect game.
I agree with you, but I do think that this might come as a weakness on the CT side, not on the T side. Because even when you slot in as a player, as a new player, you just follow whatever Jame has prepared for you. The CT side might be where you can expose some of the mechanisms that exactly aren't ironed out, but it's going to get complicated for sAw.
I think you have two of the best, you know, like monster-taking players for T-sides on Virtus.pro. You've got Norbert and you've got Electronic. They both like to just walk out monster. And so this pistol round starting over towards B will come as no surprise to you. Util out from Virtus.pro, but it's nicely done from Arosdos in the first. Norbert dead. Electronic followed up onto. And this pistol round's actually taking shape for sAw, which is nice.
You might not believe, but they do. And they show it.
Okay, well, the best VP could probably hope for now is the bomb plant, if we're being realistic. So we'll see what they can make of it. Maybe a boost here to try and cut down the defense somewhat. It's going to be Jame going up on top. You don't see many of these in the pistol. I don't think anyone will be ready for this. Whether they'll offer themselves up is yet to be seen.
Ooh.
No one spotted. Can they get the silent dismount?
I think they heard it.
Yeah,
they must have heard. They were very, very aware of it. Materius has already blocked them with the dualies, and it's just a game of patience. I know, Materius. I know how you feel. You want to open that door. You want to fight, but you just kind of take your time. All is good with 45 seconds left, and sAw in a commanding position.
Here we go, though.
It's happening.
This is the kill for Fame. Yep. Clean as you like. Not so clean for Jame. We'll see if Fame can get a little bit deeper here. One more kill. Probably the top end. I don't think that bomb plant's going to come through. He's surrounded, and the Julie's about to pick up the final frag. There it is, Materius. That's just what the doctor ordered. A pistol victory, no bomb planted, presumably a full eco coming up next. They've got two, at the very least.
You asked me to try and sell you a dream, sell you that third map. And now that I've seen this pistol round, it reminded me of this duo, Arosdos and Ujurks on the B side of Overpass.
Okay.
I think if you're a dreamer for sAw, I think this has to be the path forward. This has to be the copium that you're huffing out there. You're thinking this duo on the B side is going to make the work. They know how Norbert likes to know and try put them pro through the smokes. They know Electronic's timing on short. I think if any miracle is going to happen on the sAw side, then it stems from a B defense strong as hell.
Well, as mentioned, should be the eco coming up next. Not quite the full eco. We've got a Deagle and a P250 in the mix, but the fact still remains. Should be quite a convincing victory for the Portuguese squad. We've got a couple of MP9 kills as they farm that cash. Convincing so far. One frag given over. That's Fame with the Desert Eagle, but that should be it. Just Jame with the Glock. You know he's going to bide his time here, Harry.
Yeah.
He's going to slow things right down.
He wants to, but I don't know if they're going to let him.
Maybe he just enjoys playing Counter-Strike and wants to play more.
He wants to maximize it.
Yeah. Materius just party pooper immediately.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they get away with a kill at least. They force a bit of damage through. I've played on a team with Fame.
Really?
Count Chengdu.
Chengdu.
Yeah, I did play on the same team as him there.
Was it a winning team?
It was a team.
It was a team.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say me and Fame were the highlight pieces of the team.
I think you were the carry.
I was.
That's how I remember.
It's a matter of public, you know, not even opinion.
It's been established.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But, you know, I want to see if Fame brings out the M249. He was doing it a lot when we played together.
The secret weapon.
It's actually really good in CS2.
No, don't even go there.
If it wasn't so expensive, it wouldn't be used.
You know there are people who actually take you at your word, right?
But I'm being serious, Matthew. I'm talking the real deal right now.
He's spitting facts. Yeah, fair enough. You got it equipped, Harry, in your loadout?
Regretfully, no, but...
Okay, if it was cheaper, though.
Oh, God.
If it was like $4 grand, it would be used all the time.
Should be the trade.
I'll fall after one, but there's layers to this B defense. It's like an onion.
The onion's getting carved up right now. We are going to see good flashbangs come in. Story tucked behind the barrels, but there is convincing damage towards Jame and Norbert. Molotov towards the barrels, though. It's Story in an uncomfortable spot. They've got the 4-on-3 advantage, but it doesn't feel secure just yet. It's going to be Fame probing in towards A, and it's actually quite an open bomb site here.
Yeah, because the tension that VP put on the B side was so lengthy that there we go. It's the timing. Roman was forced to move about, and VP just like that have made sure that sAw walk into the trap. Norbert was just going to clean up crew. A bit of damage on Story, but I think the damage is enough already. surely no way you come back into this if you saw. And yeah, the attack is so weirdly layered. If you're on the CT side, and there's been multiple attempts at poking towards the B side. Electronic from short, there's one guy in Monster as well, there's 2 waves of util, a late Molotov onto barrel. You're probably thinking this is B. It's got to be B. Like, it's not just a fake. They're building into an attack, and so that's why Fame has this beautiful 1v1 where he obviously destroys Roman. Very VP-esque approach.
Well, 2 players that survive here. sAw tucking themselves in T-spawn. I don't think the hunt has been called for. So the VP are the first, 3 players surviving for them as well. Money, not amazing for the CT, but saving 2 weapons, they will have some sort of a buy here. I don't think we'll see the timeout just yet. The VP looking to close things out, 2-0. And it's Electronic opening things up, and then the trades coming through. It was the MP9 that found 1, but this was the shot that stole the show. Hello, here we go.
Wow, that's a reaction.
Absolute banger.
So clean.
In terms of details, well, the Molotov onto was short just left Electronic a millimeter of free and safe space. He could have just died immediately in the fire, and that's why Arrows Dose was forced to peek in with the MP9. I was going to say, I think a timeout is actually called for right now. It might just be 2-1, but you want a knife's edge in terms of the economy for the CTs. You might very well be sure that you know how you're moving into this round. If this goes badly, this would be VP taking firm financial control of this map, and then you start being on the back foot, you're suffering on the CT side, you have to make compromises. I think sAw probably fighting for their halves already now. I know it's cold and early to call it, but 2-1 with low money, it's make or break.
It's a huge round. In the context of this series, we'll see whether they can bounce back. AK-47 saved. Harry, you good?
Sorry, I just like the way you say it's a huge round.
It's a
because
huge
it is
round.
a huge round.
It's one of the bigger ones. It has to be stated. As we will see a crossover towards the playground. Roman on the front lines here, not fancying it though. We'll peel off back towards Connector in the bathrooms. Checking out these boosts. Nothing much given away so far. Trying to gain some basic control. Electronic forced to drop the smoke to deny the incendiary swing. You see Ujokes is ready to pick up any players retreating from that particular corner. In terms of CT utility, they have 2 smokes remaining, a couple of flashes. There is a kit available as well. As they're just waiting for any CT aggression at this point. Any sort of reactions. See if they can provoke more utility to be deployed. Flashbang over the top towards Monster. Won't be doing anything off the back of it though.
They are re-smoking Monster coming in from A. That should deter Norbert of trying anything. There we go. He's got to respect that smoke. So about, let's say 15 seconds from now on of mental safe space for sAw. But they don't exactly have a deep line of sight on the A side. So that's why Story is sort of forced of staying on A. It doesn't really have... That's a good way to kickstart a round. That's a good boost. 45 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go then. Early advantage for sAw. And it's going to funnel them back in towards the A side. Story. Just a flashbang to defend his A side. He's got the rotations coming through at this point. Roman tucked in the corner as well. It's looking like a very promising setup here. But we're going back in towards B. It's so back and forth. Electronic has snuck through and doesn't hit the kill. That should be the round. Surely nothing left to be said here. They might even consider the save.
Yeah.
New VP,
starts running
new generation.
Right in he goes. 10 seconds left as they move through with the bomb. Now, surely it is the save. Yeah, it was.
And Jame is probably telling to Electronic, see, that's why we don't try these. That's what happens when we try. I can imagine Electronic say, come on his side. That's a proof of concept. Jame is never going to attempt that in the next 20 rounds now.
I mean, you know, I think that one there is stellar work from sAw to kind of get rid of some of these extremity players, right? I think that's VP's like crazy strength on their T side of Overpass is how well you have this duo of, you know, Norbert and Electronic to kind of pressure down towards B. And then we have Fame, who's like the top side player. They are so good on the extremities that in a lot of rounds, Jame and Flit are just sort of hanging out, waiting to see, you know, the results of those players on the extremities. That was another example of it in that round there, right? You could see them teeing up for the A hit, but Fame hadn't had any contact, whereas Electronic had a bit of room to maneuver down towards B short, and that pulled them back down towards lower. But sAw do a very good job of isolating those players on the extremities and actually winning those fights, so they shut down VP's options in real time. That was
That's a good
like
analysis.
a very serious bit
I like
from
it.
me.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm just
right.
listening. You
What's the
captivated
hell?
my
Who am
attention.
I? What's happening?
It's supposed to be the fun bunch.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm sorry.
Is that am I creating this
the time
atmosphere?
the time when I do the analysis, I've fucked everything up. It's all wrong.
It's all wrong.
It's all just complete shit, and no one liked that.
Everyone hated that. No, I
Everyone-
liked it. I liked it.
Oh, it was great. Pro League is the way to go, right?
Yeah.
Try things you're not too
Exactly.
comfortable at. Maybe try a new outfit.
That's
new part of
why-
your personality.
Hugo's going to be leading a gym session later
really?
on. Yeah, like a full-on workout.
What,
Actually,
live?
that would be a
Yeah,
content
live.
piece.
Okay, I'm down.
Actually, it would suck because he's really good at running, and that's really all it would be. It would just be him on a treadmill, for
treadmill.
like an hour and a half.
He's really good
Yeah.
at running. It's good. He can
In
just
many
keep doing
ways, he's
it.
kind of the Forrest Gump of the talent team.
Yeah, it's been said before. Tend to agree. He's a nice guy, though.
To be fair, he is a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
Wow, yeah, that was good.
Say what you like about
Well
him.
adjusted,
Nice guy.
yeah, saved it. Totally saved it. I'm sure he's really happy right now.
Right, coach headset issue. Don't see many of those. This is quite a rare one.
No, they cannot really talk a whole lot, but when they can, then they have to be able to.
That's
It's
true.
sort of
That is fair.
if you actually don't let them talk, just take a time out and just pure silence.
Yeah, the gaffer tape's out.
Oh,
It's an official technique.
you try and put it on the cable. It always feels a little bit iffy to me. Like, are you really fixing it? Is that how that works? But I'm sure they're much more capable than I am. I'm terrible at troubleshooting.
You're terrible at it.
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of
Dude,
patience.
I love getting like problems on my computer with any electronics. There's such a thrill that comes from fixing it. Come on, like it's really good, especially when you don't have to use like Google or whatever. You like MacGyver the way to do it. It's so. Come on, Henry, you like a tech issue.
I'm not sure I like them. I understand what you're saying. The satisfaction
The
you get from fixing
satisfaction.
it yourself. You didn't have to reach out to
Yeah.
anyone for
No,
help.
but he likes it. He
He-
actually
he
wants it. He
enjoys the issue,
actively
yeah, okay.
wants issues to happen. Have you ever built your own rig? I've done that once when I was a
didn't
teenager.
Like that, if I'm honest.
But you talk
that's-
about MacGyver shit, that's exactly that.
No, because the problem I have is that I go like I'm terrified of breaking anything, you know, like whereas with a computer you're meant to be quite firm and like approach it with a good degree of confidence.
Sure.
That ain't my bread and butter. It's like really expensive Lego that I just don't want to play with.
Yeah,
You know?
I stopped building computers like 10 years ago. I was
Yeah.
like, I really busted
same.
one up. I bent the pins on the processor, and it was like some experimental processor my dad had got me, like it was before launch, and he told me, don't put it in until I'm home. I, of course, tried it myself, bent the pins, had to hide it in the cupboard to pretend that I never wanted it. No, I don't think we should set that up, actually. We should just leave that, and I never got to use it. And that was the last time I tried to build a PC. So, yeah. Although I like computers, not very technical myself, we are going to see VP back into what could be a technical round, boys. They've got 2 AK-47s, 3 pistols. They're going to have to dig deep and see if they can cause any sort of damage here. It's going to be a massive advantage for sAw. Looking to bounce back. They're very convincing compared to their Vertigo performance thus far. 4-1 looking likely.
I'm a big fan of sending the main weapon into connector like that. I feel like it's if you're being silent and patient, it's such an easy way to catch people off guard. And as you can see, Ujer is currently completely on an island. I don't really understand his position right now because he's effectively got no cover. If he were to be sandwiched, which is what's going to happen right now, that's a 1-for-1 trade. That's a free gun on the market for VP.
So it's a 4-on-4, and you've given up a rifle. Boom. Massive grenade, maximum damage there, and then
That
some.
actually like hit him square in
Yeah,
the
we
eye.
saw
line.
between the eyes.
Yeah.
Could have seen the serial number of that grenade.
That is crazy. Jame has a chance that drops down. This is looking a bit uncomfortable. Fortunately for sAw, there are no grenades. This comes down to brutal headshots, but VP not bad at those either. They've got some space towards Monster. The CT's on high alert right now. Fantastic grenade. That should be enough, he says, as the Tech 9 causes some damage. We're down to a 2-on-2. Not like this, sAw. This was the round that looked so good. And it's all falling apart. Roman up towards the heavens. Praying for a miracle at this stage. He's got no kit, no utility, and 2 players to deal with, both with rifles. Kevlar and potentially a free kill. Should be able to get this going on, but no problem. But I don't think he anticipates Jame being so close. And we're bouncing back with the AK-47s and Glocks.
You gave Norbert a gun, and from that moment on, it was over. You know, you've armed your opponent. You gave them a real chance.
Matthew did point it out. Like, there's no reason to be that up close and personal.
It's like giving a T-Rex a handgun. Like, it's
Yeah,
already
it's exactly
scary
like that.
enough.
Yeah.
Can he even squeeze a trigger?
Yeah. You know, it's like the hands is like the one maybe like weaker area of a T-Rex, arguably, some would say.
If they exist.
But if they're holding now guns akimbo...
Oh, he's fired up.
There you go.
Did a T-Rex with 2 handguns? That would actually be metal as hell. Can someone draw that? Is anyone good at drawing? Could you draw it and then send it into the
very
mailbag?
flexible as well. Otherwise,
EPL mailbag
complicated.
at efg.gg. Send in the T-Rex handgun picture.
Or if you have a T-Rex at home.
Sick idea.
Somebody an idea.
Where are you getting this idea? What are you going to do with this idea? It's like
It's
on
an
a
idea for a
T-shirt or
drawing,
something? Or
yeah.
Jurassic Park would have been a way shorter film.
If they just had the dinosaurs had guns, yeah.
Dinobots.
They somehow crafted ammunition and firearms. Yeah. Would have been better film.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, full eco, boys. Just as they
That
were.
round just wrecked them. Like
Just as
literally.
they were starting to cook, it was looking so good. And now.
So good.
So good. Now just down to USPs and a deagle and maybe a freebie. We've got a 5-man stack towards long. You can only really hold this for about 15 seconds or so before you have to get a little bit inquisitive. Getting closer and closer to the choke point. Flashbang to go over. Momentarily.
So who's going to benefit from it? Let's make our bet. Is it going to be Fame? Is it going to be Jame? Who gets the meat and potatoes of that eco round?
The thing is, when they flash as well, you're going to know
That's a
when it's
tell.
coming. Yeah. So I'm not sure it even helps them out that much. Just going to go for it. Go in and dry. They could actually get a couple of kills here.
Oh.
Here we go. Dink, dink, dink.
Oh, no, he's moving. No, it's not one shot.
Oh, no. Who did that?
We need a name.
Oh, dear. Jame could die.
They've lost the elephant of surprise. Oh, now they've awoken a whole different beast. Jame lights him up. So that one's well contained.
I can just imagine in the team speak like, hold. And someone comes behind. What are you doing?
Didn't even land a bullet either. Oh, it's rough. A chance for a couple of kills. It was a full eco regardless. Not a big deal. It's 3-3. Virtus.pro coming back online. And we've got sAw with the weaponry once again. Story was AWP. You can see there was a real chance to ruffle some feathers here. It doesn't quite work out. VP getting stronger and stronger. Look for that 2-0.
All right, come on, so. It's time to earn your grace after this terrible force buy you lost previously. Now fully armed. They have a little bit of utility to play with. I count only 2 smokes now. Granted, 1 has already been put down, 2 even on the A side, but the late round is going to be weak, if I do say so myself. So maybe an attempt at making a difference early. At least they're pretty forward on the A side. We see Story on the AWP. He's got that deep line towards long. Roman has to spray with fire a little bit. Oh my god. He's very lucky Jame had to actually quick switch. That would have been a death.
Something that's good here is that James playing well. I've seen him have a few non-starters on their Overpass. It feels like it's not been as much of a focal point for him individually, and it's more been about the rest of the team, but he's looking good on this AWP. So that's going to give VP even more to rely on, but in this round they lose Electronic early. Norbert still floating around aggressive. This is these 2 extremity players trying to get involved once again.
Well, it's 35 seconds. The bomb's back in T-spawn, essentially.
back.
So we've got Norbert left to lurk. Hopefully find a pick and keep them contained within the B bomb site. But it will be an A finish here. Roman needs a bit of intel. He's going to find a lot more than that. First frag will be his, though. No problem whatsoever. That should be the round if they can just hold on to the choke point right now. Norbert will find one towards B. A missed shot from Story does make things a little bit more complicated. Can't afford to lose both players here. And it should be fine. 10 seconds remaining. The bomb is down towards connector. And they've done enough here. 3 players to survive as well, presumably, as it's the USP to close things out there. sAw will take the lead once again, 4-3. The money is very strong for VP, however. Good round, though.
Yeah, that was a strong defense. Great setup towards Monster as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Making sure that even if VP used a good pop flash, put him down immediately. That's the sequence we were talking about. Electronic kind of sending himself off here. But that was enough. And then Roman benefited from a big pressure or time pressure onto a Fleet. He needed to take the wide swing. Yeah, you're right. VP always do this thing where they leave at the very least 1 player that's going to eat as much map control as possible on the other side of it, so they keep this door, this metaphorical door open to peace out and go back to the other side. You just have to be aware of it.
For anyone who's not aware, speaking of, the T side of Overpass is considered one of the most difficult halves we have in all of Counter-Strike. So even with 3 rounds, a side like VP, they could make that work.
No, they had 10 the first time around.
I know.
It's beautiful what's happening for sAw.
Exactly. This is much better than it was. Of course it is. But even as 3 rounds, I think like VP would be like, we can make this work. So you really do need a strong performance on the CT side. This is much better than it's gone previously. But we'll see if they can hold the wolf from the door. Round 8. VP still with a very strong buy here. Last of the gold though. Only Jame with 2,700 left over. Everyone else fully invested. He's got his AWP out, and we'll get into round number 8, ladies and gentlemen. It's an elimination game, bear in mind.
Flip more of a focal point this time as he charges up through connector. Mutir is part of a triple mid setup right now. Going to get caught at the top of Con. And VP don't go any further to give up the trade here. Roman re-aggroing. This could actually be a sick move. The last thing you're going to anticipate is someone else to go walking straight down connector once you found that kill. He misses, and then they all turn around and deal with him. Well, that's a painful way for this one to go.
Yeah, and if you weren't playing VP, they might get overly excited and just rush, but hell no, that's VP. They understand they can go back to the other side.
All right, last chance for sAw. On the shoulders of Story, he needs to go above and beyond for his team. He gets one. Could have got a collateral, I suppose. Doesn't happen. Very slim chance of them doing much to hold him from the A-bomb side. U-Jokes gives his position up toward the bank. They know exactly where he is now. Electronic spotted him. Bomb to go down. You don't expect much of a swing here. You're probably going to start peeling off. Looking for anyone to make a mistake. Nothing presented. Very disciplined from VP here. And that's going to be it.
Got to know when to hold him and when to fold him.
Is this the last tournament we're going to see Overpass, I suppose? Is
yeah,
it, right?
Yeah.
I imagine.
So, you know, I think for VP, this is sort of like a farewell tour to one of their strongest maps.
Yeah.
If not their strongest
It's kind of weird, right? Because this is one of the maps that was kind of reinvented for CS2. We had, what? It was Overpass and Inferno. The 2 maps got remodeled. Yeah, revamped. And it's just a weird choice. You bring in the only map that wasn't really updated in any capacity whatsoever in Dust 2. It's a strange move from that sense, I suppose. I think Overpass plays pretty... Everyone seems to hate Vertigo, so it's very odd that this is the map to go, just considering those factors.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I cannot really pretend like I understand the thought process behind it, but I've learned to not understand and be okay with what's happening over there. The HQ. We've been with Counter-Strike for decades now. We know that sometimes you get puzzled. You might not really see the end game.
Yeah.
But you got to believe that the Guardians of the Galaxy of Counter-Strike know where they're going.
I don't have any issue with Overpass being the one that gets removed. I think you could have made a case for Overpass, Inferno, or Vertigo to go, right? I think you could have made
I mean, you want to be showcasing a new engine. That's my point, though, right?
The problem I have is the map they added more than anything else, right? Like,
if it was like revamped or even reskinned and it's looked a bit cooler, like it's some nicer colors, like I don't know, something. But it's just like the original Dust 2.
I think they're also waiting for more community maps to be made and more community maps to get some hype around them.
Do you have the capacity, the technical skills for that? We could have a vision, but you need someone to execute it.
I'm an ideas man. I could be like a producer of the new map.
Okay.
That's normally what I'm good at. It's kind of like delegating.
Yeah, so you can see yourself a creative type? Are you a creative type?
No, not really. Just kind of like just good at like micromanaging people.
Okay.
Like little groups of teams, yeah.
You're kind of like a supervisor.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I see myself in the map making community.
Well,
make sure to get on that.
Fallout TV series has taught us anything. It's that management is the future. I don't know if you've caught any of that yet, Henry.
No, a few people have told me to. I haven't played any of the games. Don't really like TV.
So. Well, okay, maybe it's not made for you then. Never mind.
Oh, it's rough.
Mutir is dead early.
That's a rough one.
He must love TV because it's another round he's got to watch from the sidelines.
Oh,
hey,
that's sick. That's so sick. I like that. He's got to watch from the sidelines because he's dead, right? Yeah.
And it's kind of like a TV show.
Yeah.
He's actually waiting exactly where the map tells him to wait. That's great. Bitte hier warten. Please stay here. Please wait here. He's on point. Roman following instructions, and he should have been rewarded. I mean, he was following the rules, and he doesn't take the kill. So I have a problem right now.
Okay, there's still a slight chance there. You jerks. Oh, so blind. Okay, there was literally nothing he could have done there. And they're getting ravished now, and it's
Oh my
a
God.
pretty much clean sweep, just a bit of damage towards Fame, but yeah, not even breaking a sweat. Now, this is where things get complicated for sAw. 6 rounds on a T-set of Overpass is significant, and they're in good line to get a couple more, because there's another eco coming up next.
And that round had everything to it. Like the wide swing, that's kind of a disrespectful wide swing, by the way. There wasn't a flash even. They just decided that we're going to take that wide swing. That's going to be great. And then even when they have the double opening onto the A side, they still go through the protocol of flashing out Monster, clean out B as well. So what is there left to do if you're sAw? You have been bested on every position possible on the map. Score is 6-4 now on the T side of Overpass. And my hopes are running dry just a little bit. Harry, why is sAw going to come back and win this map?
Here we go. This should be good.
I think James about to crash out the server.
Yeah, please.
Step 1.
Divine intervention, you could call it. Perhaps. That could come
Too
through.
soon.
Yeah, that is a bit too soon.
Oh my
Have some
God.
respect for him.
Arguably, it is too soon.
Arguably, it is too soon.
Okay, they've got something to work with. A rifle, perhaps, and, well, a missed shot I thought from the AK, but the Tech 9 picks up the pieces. There's an Eagle, needs the double kill here to stand a chance. It's making things uncomfortable with Jame playing it smart. Drops a little smoke. Nullifies the efforts of U-Jerks. I thought he was going to go Berserker mode and push through, but holds his ground. 3 versus 2. AK and a 5-7 to try and close this one out. Bear in mind they have no Kevlar. Very squishy, very difficult to win those duels, and they've actually got the A-bomb site.
Already, Fame has been waiting this whole time. Like, guys,
forget everything I just said. It's actually not
I'm
accurate.
already at the restaurant. I got a table.
Yeah,
just come in.
The thing is, right, so I like sAw are one of my favorite teams to watch. They play a very like mobile brand of Counter-Strike. They like, you know, the kind of pack moves where you group up, you take some space. But I think VP are almost the antithesis of that. Their whole play is around punishing these sorts of moves. Now, this one could get more interesting with Arastos fighting that. Do they take it any further? Oh, looking the wrong way. Fame to flick back around. But he might have just saved VP here. It's going to come down to a 1v1. Bomb's not planted for short, so Norbert's got to close the gap here. And U-Jerks finds him. The reply is in, and a 2 versus 3 retake comes through for sAw. They decide to just throw themselves into that round. A lot of teams, hell, VP would have saved their hands down. But sAw take the risk at this point. They need all the rounds they can get. And they battle back in. A round that they were never meant to win goes their way.
So what was it about the antithesis of sAw? Where are you going with that one?
Look, man, I mean, we weren't expecting that, were we?
I'm just messing with you. It's very unlike VP to lose this round. Maybe just a tad too relaxed in this situation.
Yeah, bit of a stinker towards the end. Bear in mind, they had no Kevlar, no kits, no utility, and given up a few jewels there. I think they thought the round was done. The half is almost complete, though. It's round number 12. They needed that one desperately. A lifeline back into this series, 6-5. Can they tie things up?
I can't believe sAw is going to come back because of this round. It's crazy.
Could happen.
Baffling, really.
Right then. Bit of a default. Baiting out the utility, provoking reactions across the map. Roman holding towards that connector. Not being pushed back by the Molotovs just yet. Bombs down in T-spawn, essentially, so don't expect any real commitment coming in just yet.
It's crazy how the entire map now has been put under pressure by VP. They have the 2 players working towards A long. They had a double pump onto B as well. The pop flash comes in from Muchis, completely connects to the fight. Jame is down now. Fame is going to try to attempt a trade. He gets in 1-for-1, but that's still just a mirage. It's a smoke. Roman finds a little bit of light in this cloud towards the B side.
All right.
Chaos continues.
Oh.
Okay.
Aggression
keeping alive.
keeps rolling through. Yeah, but this is nice. This is more like sAw. Getting aggressive in the mid-round, trading out the contact. And they find their way into a 4-on-2. Norbert, best esports player in the world.
Confirmed,
Important
actually.
to remember.
Yeah, just above 10s. And what, Sean Gares, I think it was? Yeah.
So with him still in play, maybe there's hope, but no, Arastos, quick work made as he farms them up. They managed to split the half 6-6 as sAw go on a bit of a revenge tour with 2 rounds in at the close.
Anybody else? Anybody else but you? Anybody else but you? Anybody else but you? I don't want anybody else but you. 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 I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. I don't want anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. I don't want anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you.
Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. 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 This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. You took me for.
Imagine that when it's time to get run, I don't panic, man. When they ask what I do for a living, I just say I met paper, appear like the magic man. Imagine that when it's time to get run, I don't panic, man. Keep cool and calm like the attic fan. We met paper, appear like the magic man.
Now, I really do mean it when I say it's the absolute last chance for these two teams. Second Map and VP are in the driving seat. 6 rounds on a T side, but a massive fumble towards the end. Losing to the full eco has opened the door of opportunity somewhat to sAw. They're split it down the middle. They're looking like they're getting better as the series goes on. Maybe, just maybe, if they get the pistol here in the second half, they can take us to a third of Anubis. What do you
I'm all
reckon?
here for that. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm ready. I think the last 2 rounds was what sAw needed to just get it coming back, get the blood going, be back in this game. They had been so sedated by VP's playstyle.
Let's see what they've got then. A smoke and a flash, P250 for Story. Bombs outside Monster for now as Muteris tries to get some space towards that fountain position. Show a bit of leg to Jame as he's actually holding towards that divided position. And the first duel will go down. No shots connecting just yet, but trying to keep Jame on high alert so he can't rotate off quickly. CD's not taking the bait just yet, but they might have to now. What a banger that was from the P250. Now, that's all by design. They're getting ready to execute towards B while Story continues to take space at A.
Huge duel, and he continues to apply pressure now. They know it's only still Story. They know it's the one P250, so Fame isn't calling for more backup, and it's going to be Norby with the dually.
Oh, they're not taking the bait at all.
I mean, you don't beat Norbert there, but Story,
you don't need
he's
it.
giving them other options here. He's carved a path into the A site, and the aggression from Norbert will get silenced as well. Roman survives. Virtus.pro, this pistol round is off to a disastrous start, as everyone's dead now, of course. Story can't quite finish out the third, but he's done all he had to and then some in this round. Oh, man. Roman. Dead now, of course. But they will chase down Flit. They do find that position there.
Yeah, we don't do that enough.
We're very put together. It's a clean pistol to open up the second half.
IRL reaction to death.
Yeah.
And it has to be the full eco, boys.
Well, is this enough for you, Henry? Does that inspire you? This pistol round, it was clean from sAw.
I think so. The fact that Story just took matters into his own hands there, gets a couple of frags. They didn't walk into the lion's den, no bear traps, and yeah, just USP to deal with here. It's going to be 8 rounds on the board, no problem, and should have 5 players surviving, quite frankly.
Been a bit of a non-factor throughout this map for sAw, so seeing him hopefully find his footing to open up this second half. That gives them like a whole extra tool in the toolbox to work with, right? Up until now, they've been fixing pipes with just a couple of screwdrivers.
Okay. So, do you like to do your own DIY, Harry? Can you put up a shelf, for example?
Oh, fuck yeah, bro.
You could do a shelf?
I could do any... Mate, I built my own extension in my house.
With what? Paper and glue?
Bricks, screwdrivers, cement.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn.
I had to learn a lot on the job, but yeah.
What, you just go on YouTube and how to build a conservatory?
No. Like, you know, you had to like draw the design, submit planning permission, get all that,
Oh my
build
God.
it. Yeah.
And what do you use? Like a hammer and stuff? Or
Like a hammer, stuff like that. Yeah. Believe it or not, that's
construction
one
hammer
of the tools.
in the toolbox?
I'm impressed. Color me
Yeah.
impressed.
I have a couple of screwdrivers in my place. That's about it.
Maybe you can build an extension too.
I have this app where a guy just comes around and hooks you up.
I have, right now I'm installing flooring, but it's nice and easy because it's just regular, you know, like laminate floor. It locks into
Clips
itself.
in.
So you just have to take like I think it would be like a circular saw to that to cut it down a size. You measure it out, put
Don't
the
use a square
underlay in.
saw. They're rubbish. They don't work.
No, bro, it's good. I like a bit of DIY.
Okay, good.
When I was doing an event from home recently, one of my rabbits had chewed through my caster headset, so we had to
Lord.
cut the wires open and then like
Did that work?
Yeah. I just used electrical tape. You're meant to solder it, but I don't have a soldering thing.
I'll get you one for
I just
Christmas.
used. Thank
How
you,
about
man. That would be
I'll hook you
epic.
up. Yeah, well, I'll sort you out. Right then, let's see if VP can sort the problem out they're facing on the CT side of Overpass. 2-0 down. Gun round a little bit weak, but Electronic with the utility, opting for the FAMAS instead of the M4. And nice territory taken by U-Jokes already, dissuading Jame from the angle, who hasn't got the AWP, so doesn't have full information. And Connector under their remit as well. They've done a lot in a very small amount of time. And they're going to try triangulating back toward the B bomb side. I dare say just an execution with the one smoke they have. It's not a whole lot on the T side.
No, but that's enough. Look, the rotation. It's happening. Electronic is forced to consider the A side because they don't have the deep line of sight with the AWP, which they don't have.
I guess just smoking heaven and Molotov towards the barrels should be enough. But Norbert has been very impressive in front of this monster smoke. We'll see if he can step up once again. He's got Flit to work with. They didn't really have any information on the CT side. 3 towards A right now.
You're just trying to set it the way Story did in the pistol.
Exactly.
Oh, that re-smoke is going to hurt.
That's a powerful smoke.
Oh, Flit. That's a flash that wrecks him. But Norbert able to adjust in time. Oh, Norbert clean with it. That's why he's the best. Electronic in with the backstab. Norbert can't finish the job. It's Story left up in the clutch. Fakes the bomb. Oh, that's the last bullet as Story. 4 HP has brought this down to the 1v1, and it's Jame to beat. Story has been clean throughout this whole thing. He's out of ammo in the AK. Onto the P250 now. And as Jame closes the distance, Story's got to strike swiftly. Around the boxes he goes, getting out of there just in time. He's now got the backstab on it. Jame and Story! I rewrite history with that clutch there. That is remarkable.
Bloody hell, boys. That was absolutely sick. That shot towards the heaven as well. I was about to say, well, at least he can get the bomb planted here. He'll get the money going forward.
That
but he goes
shot, man. One
above
bullet.
and beyond. Look at the state of this shot. Cancels the bomb plant. Times it to perfection.
One bullet.
Check this out. Shot of the tournament potentially. And in the context of this map, tournament life on the line here. Looking to get to a third on VP's best map. He's stepping up, keeping the dream alive, keeping it clean on the T side. 9-6. Money in the bin for VP. They are on the ropes right now.
All right.
sAw don't beat this team. sAw do not beat Virtus.pro.
Yeah, but maybe with this kind of shots they do.
Exactly, right? That's what makes it so exciting. Story's just changed the entire nature of this game. He could have just changed everything there. They are all believing now. Oh my God.
I love how that shot just captured our attention. From a 1 versus 2 where we were just waiting for it to end, maybe a bomb plant just out of nowhere, just like a shooting stars. Grabs us back, and now it's a 9-6 following eco round for VP. Only one rifle, that's going to be on Flit. The nade is aimed at him. Tremendous damage, about 100 HP. And things seem to align for sAw right now. Is there a world in which they can finally win their first map against VP? They're on a 5-map losing streak.
Okay. it's looking very good. They've got double digits, presumably. Presumably. There is a bit of an investment here. They've got Kevlar on 3 players, a Flit M4, and for now we've got sAw making their way up towards long. Got to confirm the bathrooms is clear. They've got nice trade potential, firepower advantage, CT so with Jame. If that for some reason that position is always overlooked. I don't think it will be in this sort of round, but it sometimes can be an absolute nightmare to watch.
The only risk is that Flit is in the right position. If Flit can somehow get baited out by Fame or vice versa, then you could have a multi-kill on your hand. It's going to be depending on the amount of noise that the electronic does.
They're ready for this. And there's a headshot through the wall. Fame down to 18 points of health here. You can see they're a little bit uncomfortable. Time is of the essence as well. 30 seconds. They've ran it into the M4. Fortunately, he only gets 1. Do they commit through this now? They've run past Fame's position.
No.
Not like this, boys. Even though
they
they're
ran
HP.
into him. They know they did.
No.
Oh, God, that bomb goes down.
Story dead now. 20 seconds left. Fame playing a delay, but the smoke fades, and to his detriment, sAw regaining control. It's just Norbert left to get past. Awkward on the spray, and sAw are building back. 10-6. They might run away with this on the T side. They are yet to drop around since getting into this second half.
Talk about communications being tested. The intensity must have been through the roof when they realized the bomb falls with 23 seconds. They have a spy within their ranks in the smoke here in the name of Fame.
Double agent.
Absolutely here.
Oh my
Clean up crew.
goodness.
Ujer's work as well from long was pristine. Yeah. Understand how you feel, bud.
Oh, dude, this has got to happen for sAw now. They've never had moments like this in these VP matchups. Usually it's all on VP's say-so. It's all at the whim of Virtus.pro, but sAw, bit of belief instilled. Story came into this second half as the bottom fragger for his team, and he has entirely re-energized them. And the rest of sAw are now believing they are looking to run away with Overpass, and that puts us in uncharted waters.
And you talked about the revival of Story after that pistol round, after that 2 opening kills.
I will just say, just to kind of calm everything down for a second, all it takes is 1 round going in favor of VP. They will have no loss bonus on the T side. That's when the floodgates can open.
There's no round.
Just want to put that out there.
I refuse to calm down right now.
Themselves right now. They can't believe the rounds that have gone against them.
If there's a clean one, I dare say sAw could be in trouble. We'll see how they get on. They've got decent map control once again. They seem to get a lot of territory early on. It's going to be the A finish this time. The bomb coming from long, and it's going to be Fame by the sign. He needs to peek towards long, and there's the flashbang. It couldn't be better. Finds the first. Bomb down towards long. I think spotted as well as we go into a 5 versus 4. 35 seconds once again.
They know they've got Fame boxed in. I can't believe he even swings there. Right now he's sort of baited out on an island. He was doomed to die, but there's a full rotate on upper for VP. Might not matter as Roman peels another kill back. There's the response in from Virtus.pro. Flip making a play. It comes down to the 1v1. Roman got this whole thing going with the multi-kill, but silenced by Flit. It's not the clean round that VP might have looked for, but it is their first on this CT side to slow sAw's roll.
It is a strength in number for VP in that situation. They fully committed to the rotate. They had no doubt whatsoever, no shenanigans. They knew B was never going to be a point of contention, so you had eventually 5 CTs theoretically fighting on that A side, and even though the kills keep falling through or coming through for sAw, there was always another defender.
I think sAw still did enough there. Like, sure, VP won the round, but 1 player surviving. You get 32-50 by winning by virtue of kills. They're going to enter the next round of SMGs, that saved AWP and bare bones utility. Like, the game could be decided here. This is absolutely massive moment for sAw. You can see they're taking a tactical timeout. Their money should be okay. I don't think it'll be fantastic. They've got enough to get a buy out there, and they definitely should invest and try and punish the fact that they take this round. I would say it's over. They're going to Anubis.
The one problem that I have is I do understand the force buy. I completely do, because you feel like VP's on the rope. The issue is James AWP was recuperated, so they have it, and there's not a whole lot of util to play with for sAw. So I feel like, tactically speaking, the decision tree is, it's like autumn. The leaves have fallen. Like, there's not a whole lot. You cannot really play on the A side. If you take map control, you're going to have to do it dry and risky.
And you're thinking as well, it's not going to be a normal round for VP. They're not going to be holding up, tucked away on the bomb side. They're going to be active here, trying to get an advantage early on, exactly like this, trying to bring some novel ideas into the fray, but that's a massive grenade, dissuades him from the boost. Max damage nades on the Jame there, so he's been nullified somewhat. Great advantage to have. Unconfirmed damage though, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm a little bit puzzled by their jiggle peaks. Do they not realize Jame could be in any of these angles with an AWP? It feels like they're just walking by, disregarding any kind of risk. So it is paying off so far because Jame had a different position at the beginning of the round, but eventually this is going to come to a very, very threatening end. Now it's Fame, it's Jame and Flit, the trio, the one that once rose in Rio, strikes with Fame, being traded 1-for-1. Jame spots the sniper, spots the barrel, he's getting CS2, that Flit falls into the truck, Jame is now on an island, the first shot connects, but the trade from Romans finds through. It's Electronic with the MP9, a double kill!
No! That is unbelievable. Just when it looked like the round was all tied up, the backstab at range with the SMG and the sound cue for Aras Dost here. He's in a lot of trouble. Needs to recover the bomb, get it planted and deal with Electronic and Norbert. Both of them healthy, both of them triangulating around him. He gets the first, but cannot confirm the second. No bomb planted. Money has been shattered for sAw. Incredibly close. It looked so good, and the SMG's remaining in Electronic.
I know.
With the play from hell. MP9 backstab, the orb misses the shot, and then he's done for. Double kill confirmed, and they are onto full eco at this stage. Good God. It's so close.
Did Norbert not manage to save a gun?
Apparently not.
Because he dropped an M4 over, and he's still rocking the MP9.
That's his style.
I think he
bro.
went looking for the AWP and couldn't find it.
Well, thankfully it's a full
rough.
eco anyway, so it's all good. If anything, he wants to farm the money, Harry. He's there for the cash.
I really hope this is going to be, or not going to be, the breaking point for sAw. I feel like this was an opportunity. Out of all the factors that could have played in VP's favor, it's actually an MP9 coming in from the back that decides it all. We talked about James' AWP, we talked about the tri-stack on the A side, but no, it's Electronic's super fast timing coming out of connector, a misplay, a bit of naivety from sAw, and then Electronic strikes when you expect him the least, turns around. Disheartening for sAw, and VP ever so closer of coming back into this game. This should just be a formality now.
Oh, well, that one's free.
Yeah.
Shouldn't get much more exciting than that.
Okay, yeah, you're probably right. The UMP with no Kevlar and a 4-on-1 probably not going to be too dangerous here.
Even like one more kill though just stops
Yeah.
him from building up a crazy amount of money. And Story would take the $600 to further the goal of bringing out that AWP.
Certainly.
I just don't see where it's going to come from. VP
Yeah,
is a
that's
very
the problem.
disciplined
They are, yeah. They're not gonna come up
no.
close and try and fight him. Oh,
Nice,
seeing him
spotted.
now. Landed the ding to his credit, but not the kill. Okay, a one-round game now as Virtus.pro have won 3 in a row, and that last one versus the Glocks is finally the clean round they were hoping for. sAw, this is their chance to stem the bleeding and to maintain this lead, right? Because now VP are building up a bit of a bank account to fall back on. We know they're a very difficult team to put away. sAw, they play with a lot of pace across the last few rounds. Curious if we're going to see a bit of a slowdown, a bit of a change of pace from the sAw squad. Ujex doesn't want to. Fast out middle, plays through the Molotov. They also take short water away control very quickly, and Story tries his hand at the opener. They can't find a thing. These attempts at the early fights have not come through for sAw. They were willing to throw themselves into them. It's a heavy stack down towards lower for Virtus.pro.
James got a very good read right now. He's trusting Fame completely. Also hasn't been any kind of pressure on the A side. It's just a Molotov towards Party, but that's not enough to trigger any reaction.
Well, they have got some connector control, so going to be throwing a little bit of lurk smoke in front of the A bomb site, deny vision for the likes of Jame, who doesn't have the orb this round, but does put you on high alert. They're going to start creeping up with 4, maybe 5 players. Timing is everything here. It's going to be Fame with the first inkling as he spots the shadow of Ujerks, gets a clean kill, falls back to boost the defenses here on the A bomb site. And Jame, a bit of a master of his position, all of his weapon of choice. We'll see if he can fend them off. Miss smoke.
Oh, they're already through that. James so blind, but no one's cleared him yet. Story didn't see him. James allowed to keep hanging out on the dice box. Surely he must realize. Surely someone must check this. Jame gets a freebie. Bomb is planted. Jame finally dealt with, but Story is sacrificed in the process. sAw, it's down to just 2. Mutir is dead over on the truck, and Aras Dost has got to offer up a 1v4 of his own. Back in the bathrooms, there's Util to try and make life awkward for him here. The molly forces him onto the divider angle. They've layered these peaks. Arosdos is run down, and Virtus.pro tie this game up at 10-all.
Like I said, boys, that loss bonus now, that lost round, that's going to be, what, 4 rounds in a row? We're at 10-10. And even with the bomb planted, Matthew, they're averaging $4,000. It's half by territory. So this is the nightmare scenario we kind of
It is the hardest level, the hardest difficulty of playing Overpass now. That's the game that sAw is playing. I also just want to say, let's address the situation where is Jame wearing like Harry Potter's invisibility cape or something? Like how? There was 7 different worlds in which he was actually found. Like so many times, he was a millimeter away from being found. But the pressure is being kept on by sAw.
Has to be a set piece, I would say, with this sort of buy. You got Galil's out in 3s.
The thing that's so scary here is that VP have started most of these rounds for B. They are very much anticipating an up-tempo B hit, and sAw haven't attempted that in these last few rounds, but I'm nervous that when they do, that's when they're going to learn about this 4-man stack down at lower.
Right, starting now already. Jame had the boost. Jame had the 5v4.
Yeah.
And now I feel like the map is closing in on sAw. It's extremely complicated to take map control 4v5 onto the A side. And VP are not satisfied with that advantage. Norbert's gonna be flashed. Actually sneaks out of Monster. He's undetected.
He doesn't know
for now
about Story.
he is.
Story. No,
he got
he
away
just
with
snuck
it.
under.
No,
Story saw him.
They saw him.
They turn around, they deal with Norbert on that aggressive routing out through Monster. 4-on-4, and sAw might just take this. They might look to take this space. They've been gifted that equalizer there. Electronic and Flit down in the pit. Smoked off, locked out. Jame is here now as well. They're going to try and retake this site control before sAw have even moved in, and Flit's getting aggressive up in their face. He locks them out of the round. Arosdos left in another impossible clutch. Story down here reignited the hopes of sAw with a low HP 1v4, and Arosdos is now going to do exactly the same. Far less room to maneuver, far less chances here. No one from VP is overpeaking. They learnt their lesson last time around, and for Arosdos, this house of cards looks to come crumbling down around sAw. It's belief in the comeback.
They wanted to make sure he came after time. That's what they're going for.
They let the clock run out, and they find him. Jame locks it in. Virtus.pro in the lead now with 5 rounds straight. sAw are broken. There is no money left. This one looking like it slipped through their fingers at the 11th hour.
And you gotta commend the calmness that VP is exhibiting in that situation. Like, they have players outside of Monster, but all of the defenders know what kind of angles are safe. Flit, incredible work. The utility usage as well. If you contrast that with sAw, they were very uncomfortable. When Monster was punctured, sAw didn't know where to be, didn't know how to play, where to be. VP absolutely in control in that situation. They grant you access, they lure you in, they make you think that you have found the timing, and that's just to step into a nade, a couple of wall banks through a smoke, and that's not even counting on Flit's entry kill. Things are lining up for VP. They might just be on their way of closing this 2-0 here in Pro League, a spot in the playoff on the line.
Yeah, absolutely true. This is the absolute last chance as well. We would say goodbye to sAw if they give this one up. It's been a hard-fought series. The second map, he didn't think they would stand a chance. They have had VP on the ropes multiple times here. And now they need a miracle. It's the half buy, it's the Tech 9s, the P250s. They've lost a player early on. They do have a smoke and a couple of flashes here. They've got decent control of A, but a powerful smoke from Fame has put them in an incredibly complicated position. Jame, this is where he farms up against pistols in his strongest position you could hope for. Bomb goes down, and Fame sending them downtown. It's going to be absolutely fine here. 5 players surviving as they find series points. sAw in desperate trouble here. Now need 2 rounds in a row. The money will be decent going forward, but now have to play a perfect game.
Dude, this is a crazy show of resilience from Virtus.pro, but also for sAw, they must feel like this got away from them so quickly after those re-energizing clutch rounds coming through for the sAw squad, and then in back-to-back rounds, 1 player surviving for VP. You felt like you were still in this,
so close.
And then all of a sudden, the rounds have turned so dominant in VP's favor. Just moments ago, you were riding the high that 3rd map was right there, ripe for the taking. It felt like it was yours. And now reality is set in for sAw. This could be their final round in Pro League right here, right now.
Electronic might only have 9 kills, but I guarantee you 2 of these actually extended this game. Saved VP, the MP9.
Yeah.
That flank changed everything. This was the moment. And whenever a challenger is on the brink of accomplishing something great, you have to seize that opportunity when it presents itself. It might not be the case in the future, and sAw might live to regret it. This 3v2 against an MP9. And now they cannot think about the past. They have to focus on the present, what's at hand. Round 23, a few rifles to play with. Even an AWP on story, he was the hero of a couple of these rounds. This could be another page in this book.
Coming in, Norbert dead. Big kill to pick up. Flip falls. Electronic might need to be that hero figure again. Might not be topping the charts, but he's had a lot of impact in this second half as Electronic, and he's buying time for the rotate right now. Even getting stuck in for more. Electronic, that's what they bought him in for. He's just going to win them these high impact moments, and he will stand and deliver. It's Story having to replicate his clutch down at lower.
No!
Done it once before, but that shot sails past them, and he is run down. Virtus.pro close it out, streaking to get their 7 rounds on their way to the victory, and stealing it from sAw. Heartbreak for the sAw squad as they are sent home, and for Virtus.pro just squeaking by.
Hey, they got the job done, Harry. It was a difficult second map for them. They dominated the first. Vertigo going 13-3. You thought it'd be a done deal, but sAw...